So recently I was telling you all that I ended up buying something, and it was at my house, it was in my driveway, and the truth is I'm unveiling it right now. As you can see from the thumbnail, I got myself a 2023 Thor Motor Coach Sprinter RV Class B. I'm new to all this. My dad is the RV expert. I had a long talk with him figuring out exactly what I wanted to get, and I decided to go with this one, and I'm gonna break it down in this video and tell you everything that I know about it, which isn't really that much when it all comes down to it, but I'm learning as I go, and hopefully a lot of you that are more knowledgeable about this stuff can kind of help me out in this one. And by the way, it's the day after the hurricane, so you can see it's really, really sunny out, but this water is really high up. It's crazy how big the surge was, considering we didn't get really hit at all. But either way, let's go check out the van right now. Let's go walk over. I went with the Mercedes because I wanted to get a diesel engine. So I ended up getting the diesel version of this one. This one is the 7-speed transmission. It's a 2022 Mercedes Sprinter van technically, but like on my title, it says 2023 Thor Motor Coach, which is kind of confusing at first, but it makes sense because they buy it and then build it out. So it's really awesome looking though. Let's just do a side profile. It's got like a really cool like white black kind of look on it. It's got really cool looking wheels and tires that are on it. Like they're a little bit on the beefy side, which is nice. What's crazy is these things come factory like this. I think it looks really, really good. Now I ended up buying this thing used. Apparently somebody bought this one, put about 5,000 miles on it. They did one trip and then they went and traded it in for a Range Rover. So I don't know the whole story with that one, but either way, I ended up getting my hands on this one. And now we're gonna go right up to the top before we go anywhere. So you can see on the top part, that is the awning right there. So it's actually controlled from inside the cabin. But if you look in the front, there's a black bar that goes across there. That's actually a light bar that's covered right now. You can turn that one on also from the front. But if we look to the back that's on the top, you can see there's a black box up there. For all of you that are not too familiar with RVs, that is the air conditioning unit. So we're gonna go inside though. I'm gonna show you the rest of it right now. So this is the 19P, which is like the type of model that it is, the Thor Motor Coach. Opening up the door, you can see it's got like windows that are on the side, which is really convenient. Straight in here, this is your space to be able to walk in, and this is built out as an RV. So it's got a ton of amenities in it for a really small area. And for what I'm trying to do, this is perfect for it, because like, I'm not trying to live out of this, I'm just trying to travel. I'm just trying to make a convenient travel setup. So right here, we got the refrigerator, we got the microwave. Underneath here, we have the ceiling fan. I guess I'll show you all this before I show you the front part of it too. This right here is the countertop. If we pick this thing up, we have a stainless sink that's inside there. We also have like a hot plate, like that is stuck inside that bin right there. I can't really get it open and I'm scared of breaking it, so I don't want to do that. But there's a lot of like cool little storage areas that's really convenient. Under this one, this is not storage. This is actually the water pump setup. So it does have running water. It has a tank. I believe it's about a 25-gallon tank of water. And it also has a gray tank, meaning that like, so if you use the shower, yeah, there is a shower in here, which is crazy to think about. I'll open it right here. There's not a lot of space. So Maddie is the camera guy. This might be a little difficult and a little awkward, but we'll make it work. But yeah, inside here is the bathroom setup. So you have a shower, you have a sink, you have a toilet all in one. Now, any of you that are familiar with RVs, like RVs usually have a black tank, which is like all the waste, like if you poo, you pee, it goes in that tank, and then you have to like hook it up and go dump it in the sewer. This thing's different. It's a cassette toilet, so it's a regular looking toilet, but when you slide this thing open, what that's doing is opening up the cassette. So the cassette is pretty much just a box that is full of whatever you plan on doing inside this toilet, and you have to go dump it out inside of a toilet somewhere. It's definitely not the cleanest thing, but it can work. Desperate times, desperate measures, I suppose. But I don't know, we'll see if I even feel up to using that one. I'm only just becoming new to this RV stuff. But back inside here, you can see that there's a shower head right here. You have the shower curtain, not a ton of space. When you turn this thing sideways, it definitely helps, gives you a little bit more space to operate in here. But like I said, this thing, I'm not trying to live in this thing. I'm just trying to have an ultimate BMX travel vehicle. I want to be able to go travel to wherever we want so we can film videos for you guys. That's the game plan with this thing. But kind of cool though how they made such an awesome use of space. You know, it's just, it looks like a micro bathroom. And yeah, I haven't used it yet, and I don't really plan on using it for. I really don't want to use it. We're like I said, I'm not trying to live. I'm just trying to travel on this thing, you know. But if it's an emergency situation, I will definitely use it if I have to. Moving on to the back here. So like I said, this is the 19P. The 19P and I believe it's the 19L, they're designed differently. I don't know exactly if all of this stuff is different, but like, for an example, this has, you know, some storage in here. There's some storage up on top of here, both of these. And then if you go right here, you can see this thing, because the hot plate's there, they have the glass. But there's storage up here, storage. There's a ton of options for like charging stuff. Like if you come look over here, there's a bunch of outlets and whatnot. But what's really cool about the 19P is like, I actually have a table, it's underneath like and behind the seat I have it right now, but a table could go here. It's gonna be a really tight area, but it can go here. So this thing, you know, you could travel in this, you could be hanging out back here. There's actually, you know, seatbelts and everything, which is pretty convenient. But this actually folds down into a bed, and I guess I'll show you real quick. So you just easily press this button that's right here. Sorry. There we go. And it is currently oh, I have that thing in the way. Whoops, new to this, not an RV guy. This thing right here is just all the shades like that you can put on the windows if you want some privacy. Back to it, show you what it looks like. But like I said, I bought this thing used, so I'm really learning everything the best that I can. The person I bought it from like wasn't the original owner. So these things right here, they slide out. The table I had, like, it doesn't make sense. There's this shelf that's here, and this goes back to me not being a pro at this, and the guy that I bought it from didn't really know anything about it. He didn't really tell me anything, how anything works. So I've been trying to figure it out on my own, and I'm gonna get to how difficult that's been. But you can see a shelf that's right here. It looks like the table would just sit right there, and you'd be able to take these cushions, lay them across, and then these back cushions fill the void on the sides. But the table is like too short for it. So I don't know if the person I had put like a smaller table in. I have no idea, but I have to put some braces here if I'm gonna make that safe. And I'm gonna have to do that soon because we're actually going on our first trip in the next like 2 days or so. Like I've been trying to plan on going there for this week. I'm going back to New Jersey. I'm gonna bring my camera. I'm gonna go stay there for a little while. I'm gonna be able to hang out with the, you know, some of the guys, hopefully meet up with them and go film some videos for you. Maddie's gonna be staying back, but whatever, we'll get to that in a little bit. Just figure out, show you the rest of this. So yeah, it's a cool little area for the most part. You have a TV right here. Oh, I'm just kind of stuck in here. There we go. It's on a swivel, so yeah, you can set this thing up a few different ways. Nice little Samsung setup back here. There's a lot of things this woman added into this thing that I have no idea about. There's a light system here, like this thing controls lights. Apparently, I don't even know. I've never really messed with it. Oh, there we go. We got some lights. I think we could even change the colors. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a must-have right there. Underneath here, there's a couple little compartments. What else can I show you before I get on out of here? Oh, let me show you this thing. So, I guess I'll kind of explain real quick. This thing doesn't have a generator. This actually has lithium batteries that are stored underneath this, and you access them through the back, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But when I ran this air conditioner that was right here, I ran it for 1 hour on low cool, and the battery dropped down to 70%. So yeah, you're only going to have about 3 hours before your battery dies if you were running the air conditioner like that. So we're trying to find ways around this thing, and like I said, I'm new to this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm actually going to go with my dad. We're going to figure all this out. But this right here, if you get a good look at this, this is the Goal Zero power station. I know it's a tight little area. It's hard to see, but this thing has a ton of power in it. It's a big lithium battery. So we are going to use this as a backup for us. And the reason why I even bought this is because the guy that I bought this from was like, the woman that had it before had this awesome battery setup, but she kept the battery. So I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, let me show you. It's got a plug right here. Right in the cockpit, there is this cable right here that goes to that battery. Of course, I buy the battery. That's a $3,000 battery right there. It's super, super expensive. And I currently bought that thing and there's nowhere to plug it into. So I went on the website and I saw a kit that has that plug on it right there, but it doesn't make sense of how that is going to charge up the battery. I really don't know. Me and my dad are gonna have to figure that out. It's another hurdle that we're gonna have to work through. And like I said, I'm an amateur at this. I'm just learning as we go. And let me just say this real quick. This has been a nightmare dealing with all this, because that air conditioner that I have the knobs on right here, this didn't come that way. There was no knobs on it when I got it. And let me tell you why I had to change that out. So all the electronics in here, you can see on this bottom part, it all starts here, right? You have this on and off switch, which pretty much turns the power off for a majority of it. Now right here, you have this thing that lights up. It tells you your battery state, how much charge is in there. You can actually turn on and off the alternator, because the engine will charge up those batteries back there. If you have the alternator on, you can turn the alternator off, but you can turn the inverter on and off there. But up here is the screen that I believe, and this is just because I can't fully get on here, and it's been really hard trying to learn information. I tried to reach out to the companies. It sucked. It hasn't been fun at all. This is, in all essence, an Android tablet that is on this wall right here. If you open it up, it just has like just regular Gmail, stuff like that, all the Google kind of apps. But it has an app called RV Master on it. So I clicked the RV Master app, which is supposed to be able to control all this, but it is pretty much the most annoying app I've ever seen in my life. Now the reason why is because this thing right here, if you open up the RV Master app, the only option it lets you try to do is to pair this device with your phone. And we sat out here for 10 plus hours. We called everybody we possibly could. We reset everything we possibly could. We did it all. We tried it all. We drove ourselves crazy with no air conditioning in Florida. It sucked. It was miserable. And this thing refuses to pair with the phone. And if you can't pair this with your phone gives you the ability to turn on and off the air conditioning, turn the water on, to apparently control the solar charging system as well. It's been a nightmare. And I finally went to like the app store and I checked the reviews. It had like 2.2 stars on it, and the reviews were terrible. Everybody was saying the same thing. My phone will not connect to it. Why don't you just make the app available on here? Like, that's all I want. I just want to come in here and press air conditioning on. Why do you have to do like a third party thing through your phone? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it's annoying, and that's been the worst part about this. And when I call the companies, they haven't been much help at all, and it's been really annoying. But this right here, from what I know, this controls like the heat pump, so you can turn your the water pump, the heat pump on for the water. I believe it also controls like the heat for inside the cabin as well. Whatever, we're in Florida, don't need to mess with that at all. I'm not even interested at all. I don't plan on traveling to like cold places either. Well, I'm not worried about that right now. I just need to get the air conditioning working for the most part. Well, my original game plan was to have that Goal Zero. Though guys, like, that battery will plug into that and it will make your battery run 4 times as long. I said, that's amazing sounding. So I ended up buying that, and I have no idea how to hook this up. And the truth is, I don't even know if that's gonna hook up to the battery. Me and my dad are gonna have to figure this out when we get there. It's a whole nother story. Like I said, I'm not that good at this kind of stuff. I'm just doing the best I possibly can. But let me just tell you this, the build quality of everything is awesome. Like, the refrigerator space for this is great, man. That is perfect for a little road trip vehicle. That's gonna be awesome, especially if I can get that battery working really, really well. This thing is really, really cool. Like, the interior is awesome. I've never owned a Mercedes in my life. I really haven't even driven one, to be honest with you. So this has been my first experience, and like, considering it's a Sprinter van, like, this thing is actually like nice to drive, man. Look at that. This doesn't look like a van steering wheel. Like, it has a bunch of options on it, which is really cool, like of stuff that makes your life easier. I'm still learning how to do all this stuff, so just give me a second. It's got a really cool like backup camera set up on it, which won't let you do it while you're driving, which is annoying, because that would be really nice to be able to see what's happening behind you while you're driving. Because if you look in the rear view, you only have a little bit of, well, I know it's the camera right there, but there's actually a window and you can only see so much. And these mirrors, you can only see so much as well. So it would be nice to have that camera running all the time. I heard there's ways of hacking around it, whatever. Maybe I'll look into that, but they're kind of expensive, so we'll see if I need it first. But if you look on the door right here, like, this is all like memory control stuff for the seat, which is great. There's also a heated seat option, which is awesome. But man, the seat's super comfortable, really, really nice. Now, the woman that bought this thing before me, she ended up installing a, I guess it's a Winegard Wi-Fi setup that's on it. I haven't set it up yet. I don't know if I actually need Wi-Fi or not, so I haven't done it. She installed this speaker, which works really, really good. She left this in here, which is convenient. So there's a couple things that kind of worked out that it came with. But yeah, it's been great to drive so far. And like I said, I'm about to go on my journey, my first like real journey with it, back to New Jersey. And like, I'm really excited about it, but there's a lot of things I need to figure out. But let's go in the back. I want to show you what it looks like. So on the left side of the van is all of the, I don't know, stuff that you would use. So it's got the city fill here. It's got the 30 amp, 125 volt service. It's got a cable thing right here, so if you're like at a RV place, you can attach to it and use all that. Over here is like the heat vent thing, I believe. Over here is a sewer hose. I don't even know what this thing does yet. I'm not too sure yet, to be honest with you. I do not know. And then under here looks like some kind of gas thing. I really don't know. There's a couple things I'm not too sure about this, and I know a lot of you are like, man, I can't believe this guy spent this money on this thing. It's like, I just wanted to get a sweet travel van. I'm gonna learn it with my dad. The person that was there didn't explain anything to me. But you can see on the side, this is the Sanctuary 4x2. I went with a 4x2 kind of because it was cheaper, and I didn't need a 4x4 down here in Florida. I don't plan on doing like any off-road camp stuff. That's not what I'm trying to get done. Like I was saying, I wanted to get this for a BMX trip. Right now, I have a Tesla bike rack on it. I'm trying to go to my bike shop, and I'm going to get a rack, probably a Thule, where like I could get the one with the trays, with the wheels, like my brother has. It's way better for me than trying to do this one. I think it's a way better rack style as well. Holds the bike so much better. But this one's gonna be for now, just until I get to New Jersey. But if we fold this thing down, lean it back, I'll show you right here. You could get a bike rack that goes in the back here, but like the wheels are up there. There's no way I'm able to lift the bike up there. That's never gonna happen. Back here is a lot of technology. I'll just put it that way. I'm not the biggest technology guy, but there's a lot of stuff back here, and I've learned a lot since I've gotten it, but like there's still so much to figure out. Inside this case that's under here is the battery system. The battery has like two options. So you can like put your hand back there and you could press like on, or you can put it to charge only. So it has to be on to be able to run the stuff. Back over here, this is the node. This is apparently the thing that runs everything, and the companies that we've called, they believe that my node is bad. So they want me to bring it to a dealership and get a new node. There's like no dealerships around here, and I don't know, it just seems like a pain in the butt. So I'm just trying to work everything without doing that, because like I need to get the air conditioner working. I got that working. If I can bypass doing that stupid thing of running it through my phone, like I will do that any way possible. So it's an awesome platform so far. This thing it's capable of so much, and I plan on trying to make it even better and make it perfect for me, but it's just got to figure a couple things out first. I'm really excited to get back to with my dad so we can work on that. I already started packing up. Like you can see, I have my shoes here and I have my pedals, so I can go to New Jersey and I can go and ride. Trying to decide if I need to bring my bike there or not, or like use a bike that's at the bike shop. We have so much stuff there. I'm trying to figure that out. I really don't know what I'm doing. If I have a big bike on the back, I'm scared that like my mile per gallon is going to go down drastically, and we're literally, the hurricane, we're chasing it pretty much on the way up. So if there's a problem with getting fuel or anything like that, I just don't want to have to deal with that. This thing gets about 17 miles per gallon. Without the bike on it. I don't know if that bike's gonna affect it. I know when I had my Prius and my bike was on the back of it, it killed the mile per gallon. It literally cut it in half. It was crazy. So I don't want to experience that, especially when we're going, pretty much following a hurricane, going up the coast until we get to South Carolina. And just to talk about the hurricane, yes, it didn't directly hit us here at all. We felt very, very minor stuff. I know what it was like to get hit last year. It's miserable. I feel terrible for everybody up there, praying for you all, hoping that everything, is going to be okay and that everybody got out safely. Like I said, I'm going on my first journey on this thing soon. Really excited about just experiencing it, seeing how it is. It's been good so far for the most part, even though it's, you know, that thing was a nightmare, but like I'm just excited about learning a lot more about it and just kind of enjoying it. My game plan is for me and my brother to be able to travel in this thing. I want to be able to go to Texas. I want to be able to head back up to New Jersey. I want to be able to go to different jams and stuff like that, and this should make our life a lot easier. So that's pretty much the game plan, and I guess we will just wrap up this video by just saying I hope you guys are all excited about the videos to come with it. I will keep you in the loop and let you know what I learned. Anybody that has any knowledge about any of the stuff that you would recommend, please put it in the comments. Like I said, I'm an amateur at this. I'm going to admit that I'm an amateur at this. I'm learning as I go. I literally am just getting into it 3 days into owning this thing, so it's just brand new for me. It really is, but I'm open to learning about this thing, and hopefully everything goes nice and smooth in the future, and it's an awesome investment. So that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in New Jersey. Peace.